everybody. Welcome to This Day. It is Thursday and it's September 2nd. We do have one meeting to tell you about today, and that's at 9:30 this morning. It's the third Landscape Committee meeting, and you can follow along virtually or in the boardroom, and virtually would be lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. So check that out. All right, on our show today, we have Rebecca Gilad and Alan Feldman with the Democratic Club, and they're going to talk to us all about their club, as well as a lot of things that are coming up here for the Democratic Club, and they've got some event that they'd like to tell you about. Then we also have Dr. Robert Princenthal, who is here with RadNet Prostate, and he updates us on the latest details regarding prostate cancer as well as treatments, so stick around for that. All right, let's take a look at our weather. We are looking at nice temperatures as soon as our partly cloudy sort of burns off here a little bit. 80-62 today, tomorrow 83-64, Saturday 88-66, Sunday 89-69, and Monday 84-71. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:26, and our sunset will be at 7:14. And just a reminder, starting back up again tomorrow will be the slurry project right here in our community center parking structure, and you can see there that for the next couple of days they are going to be doing a lot of work here, so do plan for some extra time and do park in the areas that are already asphalted and painted with parking lot lines. Okay? All right, when we come back we will have the Democratic Club, so stick around.
Primary care is our first interaction with the healthcare system, but most people don't visit their physicians due to long lines, waiting periods, and moving from lab to lab. At Cure Medical, we bring healthcare straight to your doorstep. Our modern, upscale mobile clinics provide services such as prevention and wellness plans, annual exams, lab work, blood tests, and more. Give us a call today to learn more and schedule your next appointment. Cure Medical, close to home, far from ordinary.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
For more than 30 years, Active Care has been providing the highest level of care to residents with Alzheimer's or other memory loss. We specialize in memory care. That's our sole focus. With 3 levels of care and an engaging activity program, Active Care enhances life for every resident every day. Our newest community, Active Care Laguna Hills, will open this fall. We're now accepting reservations. Call 949-877-8233 to learn more.
Picking someone to clean your house is a big decision. After all, they'll be inside your house and touching virtually everything you own. Sadly, though, not all cleaning professionals are actually real pros. Like this person you found online who uses the same sponge in the kitchen they use in the bathroom. If you're looking for a local family-owned business with amazing customer service, contact MaidPro for a free estimate. MaidPro, when you're ready for a real pro.
There are many treasures within the walls of Laguna Woods Village. The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is one of them. Nowhere in the nation has a community embraced a commitment to assist its own residents with temporary emergency support. Since 1997, the foundation makes that support available through donations by individuals, clubs, organizations, and bequests. Help the foundation to help the real treasures within the village, our friends and neighbors.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Rebecca and Alan here from the Democratic Club. Well, welcome you two. We were just chatting offline and how nice it is to see each other in person.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you for having us.
Of course, of course. You know, a lot of things are going on, and of course, very important election that's coming up. And I know you wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that people really need to be, you know, very concerned about, and location of where to do the voting. So who would like to talk about that first?
I'll start.
Okay.
I'll start talking about the election. And yeah, there is, as people know, there's a recall election coming on the 14th. This is different than the usual election. It's a special election. I mean, there's not that there's a lot of issues. There's one issue, and there's so many candidates. There aren't any candidates. So it's a little different than normal. But you know, it's still our job. Elections are the focus of what we do. Really, that's what the Democratic Club is in business to do, and we try to get out as many voters as possible. That's our goal, is to have a high percentage of voters. And in a normal election, not so much in this one, but in a normal election, we'll start our process months and months before a campaign really starts. We'll invite Democratic candidates who are running for office, especially local office. We'll invite them to our club so that the people can meet them, they can see them in the flesh and hear them, and they can meet people at Laguna Woods. In fact, in our October meeting, we're going to have, there's already Democratic candidates running for District Attorney of Orange County, Board of Education, and Board of Supervisors, and we're inviting them all to come to the club and have people meet them. Once the campaign gets engaged, it's what do they call it? Retail politics 101. We use whatever we can do to, number one, make sure people know there's an election. Number two, keep them interested in the election. And number three, the biggest job of all is to get a high voter turnout.
Right.
And we use whatever's available to us.
Right.
You know, we deliver literature, we make phone calls, we send texts, we send emails to our club members, we have rallies. In fact, we have a rally on next Friday, right on El Toro Road, right across the street at 4 o'clock. We put ads in the Globe. We do television appearances.
Sure, really? You do?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the thing that's interesting about this election is we only knew the actual deadline date not too long ago. What's it been, a month maybe?
Right.
Right? I mean, September 14th is the cutoff, and we're like, oh my gosh, everybody needs to start getting stuff together pretty quickly, so it was almost impossible for us to get anything going, especially with a visitation of somebody.
Yeah, it is hard, but that's one of the things about voting in California. You know, we have a lot of things to take advantage of here. We have the beautiful weather, mountains, the deserts, the beaches. They're all like an hour away from us. But another thing we have is how easy it is to vote, how simple and convenient it is to vote in California. Not the case other places.
Yeah.
You know, people watch the news, they can tell that other places make it very difficult to vote, but California wants people to vote, so they make it simple.
Right.
All registered voters get a ballot by mail, and everybody should have their ballot already for the September 14th. September 14th is like the last day of the election.
Correct.
They should have their ballot by then, and there's different ways you can send it back. You can send it back as soon as you get it. You can fill it out, put it in the envelope. They give you an envelope, and you can put it in the mail. You don't even need to put a stamp on it.
And this year they let you know that they already received it.
Right. You can track
Yes,
it.
some people were texted and some people were emailed and hey, you know, your ballot's on the way, and then you can track it also on getting back, which I think is nice because a lot of people were concerned about where my ballot's going, when do you get it, and that's kind of a nice way to track it.
Yeah. They let you know that they already have it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, they do. And like you said, we offer a lot of areas that you can do this. And between September, like at 7 through September 14th at 8 p.m., you can drop your ballot off in a variety of different places. One is in front of the adult daycare center.
Exactly.
Right here on El Toro Road. But then from September 11th through September 14th, you can vote in person at the City Hall.
Right. And that will work just, part of what that does, they call them vote centers, and it'll work as a traditional polling place, a lot of people still like to vote in person.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this gives you the opportunity to just go there and vote in person. All the computers they're not on the internet, but they're wired, they're all networked together at the registrar voters office. So if you walk in, you can vote in any vote center in Orange County.
Yeah.
They'll put your name in and make sure that you're a registered voter and they haven't received a ballot already, and they'll give you a ballot. They'll generate the proper ballot for you, and you can vote right there. Or you can take your mail ballot and drop it off right at the vote center. They'll take it because people, you're giving it to somebody who's going to give it directly to them. And the thing is, at Laguna Woods, we always get a great voter turnout.
Yeah.
The last election cycles, we've had either the highest or one of the highest in all of Orange County. And I think in the 2020 election, we were second in the whole state of California. We had a voter turnout of some place between 85 and 90%.
Wow.
Me and Rebecca would love to take credit for it all.
We did it.
But the fact is, we're dealing with an informed, engaged, sophisticated audience, and they're going to vote no matter what.
Exactly. And I think that's really wonderful about the community is there's so much information out there that it can be very easy to go, I don't want to vote, right? But if you have enough information from both parties, both clubs, whatever, watching Village Television or whatever they're doing is at least giving them the information where they can make their decisions. So that's excellent. So let's talk about your upcoming fundraiser that you have on September 25th. What is the meeting going to be about?
Well, the fundraiser is about getting funds so that we can send, as we always do, to our representatives who are running and to the new people who are running for office.
Okay.
This year, however, we have many different things. First of all, we're getting together. In order to get together, we have taken many precautions. People have to come with masks. People have to be vaccinated. People have to sign liability papers. And this time, what makes us most excited about is that in previous years, people would donate stuff, we would put it as an auction. This year, we decided that not only we want to help our candidates, but also the merchants who have suffered so much this past year. So what we did is that all the items for auction are gift cards that our members bought from the merchants to help them.
Okay.
And then those are going to be auctioned to other members who will be helping the club to help the people running.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah. All the merchants are in our area.
That's great.
And they're restaurants and services of those people that we love, that we have gotten to know throughout the years and that have suffered through this year.
Yeah.
And we're going to have, we call it the Stars Luncheon because we're having Dave Mean, our senator, come to speak to us to say hello. We have California Councilwoman, it's too long, Kathy Petri Norris, coming to speak to us. And from Washington, we're going to have as a visitor our representative Katie Porter, who, can you believe it, cannot leave Washington to be with us, but she's going to be with us through video.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
so
great.
We're very excited.
Yeah, I've interviewed 2 out of the 3. We've had them on our show many, many times, and they're always extremely informative. So I do appreciate that. All right, let's talk a little bit about how you can go to your function because you're doing tickets, or how is that working?
People have to pre-register.
Okay.
And besides being vaccinated, et cetera, they have to pre-register because they have to choose their lunch. We have 3 options, and this time we don't have waiters, we don't have buffets, we have lunch boxes.
Gotcha.
Where everything is boxed. So they have to register, choose their meal, and then be there on time. On time, not an hour before.
Yeah. All right, well, excellent. Well, if somebody wanted more information about the Democratic Club, they can just go to Laguna Woods Village website and then find clubs under Democratic Club.
And fill up.
And they can fill that out.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for both of you for coming in.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
It's an honor to be
Oh,
here.
thank
A
you.
lot of people depend upon this show to know what's going on in the village, so it's a public service as much as anything else, and it's appreciated.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. I hope lots of people watch because we want to inform them all the time.
And you're getting more beautiful every day.
Oh, gosh. Thank you very much. You're very kind. All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back. They've kind of made me all flush now that they gave me a compliment. All right, we'll be right back after this.
Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in Laguna Woods, and during the day, hundreds of pickleballers play on the association's 7 courts. But at night, that number is greatly reduced because there are only 4 lighted courts. Light the Night is a community improvement project, and the Pickleball Club has stepped up to assist GRF with funding. You can help by making a tax-deductible donation of any size through the Village Community Fund. Go to villagecommunityfund.org and click on the Light the Night link for more information.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Robert Princenthal with RadNet. And you have a new little thing there. It says RadNet Prostate. I love that.
Well, thank you. RadNet is very proud of its prostate program. We've worked hard for many years to arrive at where we think we need to be.
Exactly. And as I mentioned off camera, we had Paul Calacchio here, who you were he was a patient of yours, and yet he also works with RadNet, and he told us his story. And, you know, some things kind of go hand in hand. You know, men, man, they never want to go to the doctor, but, you know, evidently when they don't, there could be a lot of issues with that with anybody who doesn't go to the doctor. So we hopefully have as much information for them as possible to make sure that they do go to the doctor. Now, you already mentioned that RadNet is, you know, you've done a lot of work with the prostate division. Tell me why it's been so successful.
Well, I think for several reasons. One is our experience. We've started our program in 2009, so we were one of the earliest adapters of prostate imaging in Southern California. Mm-hmm. The other is our wide footprint. We have over 20 sites scattered from Victorville to Temecula and from Palm Springs to Santa Monica. So there is really no reason why a man can't avail themselves of coming for prostate screening. Right. And then we're also less expensive than many of the academic university centers, and we participate with all the insurance plans. As a result, we now perform and interpret more prostate MRs a month than any group in the country, and in analyzing our outcome data, our results speak for themselves.
Right, right. And, you know, we've talked to a number of your radiologists over the course of how long you've been with us. And, you know, it's remarkable how far you've come along. In fact, the last time that we spoke, it was with people who talked about artificial intelligence. Are you now incorporating that into your prostate films?
Great question. That's right now an area of strong interest with RadNet and the company. We're working with several experts in developing artificial intelligence, and it's really designed to help us in 2 key areas. One is for image optimization, so that we can do a shorter scan time and yet have first quality image detail. Without a good, accurate image, you know, we can't make the subtle diagnoses of early prostate cancer. Right. And then 2, we're working with AI to help the radiologists become more advanced to make sure that we're consistent and not over or under calling the images, so that we refer men to biopsy only when absolutely necessary. So this is right now a works in progress, but with AI, we're hoping that we can develop what we call the manogram, which is a non-contrast, no IB, limited prostate MR consisting of what we call anatomic imaging and functional imaging with diffusion, supplemented by AI to maintain the same level of accuracy as a full prostate MR study.
Oh, well, I'm glad you told me what manogram was, because that was one of the questions I was supposed to ask you. So I love it. Good segue right into that. That's really a great explanation of that. Now, if somebody does, you know, go to their regular doctor and then there's some sort of concern, you know, what are their next steps? They would have their prostate exam, and then what would happen after that?
Well, we feel strongly that men need to have a physical exam performed by their doctor, and get a PSA blood test. And we recommend that men should start getting screened at the age of 50. Younger if they have strong family risk factors. But prostate cancer and breast cancer are really two sides of the same coin. It's the exact same number of men and women diagnosed with their diseases each year, around 230,000 men and women. Wow. And roughly 30,000 men and women unfortunately die respectively of breast and prostate cancer. So we've done a great job with women of advancing early detection and saving lives with mammography, but we've not been able to do the same thing until now for men. So that's why we call it the manogram. We want men to fight like women and to get used to screening. And with the PSA as the triage test, then they can go and get an MR. And MR has a very strong negative predictive value. In other words, if the MR doesn't show anything suspicious, there's over a 90% likelihood that the gland does not harbor any clinically significant cancer. And alternatively, if we see a suspicious finding, we can find cancer in 85% of those men. So we can really triage men who need a biopsy and prevent men from getting unnecessary harm.
So is it that prostate cancer is on the rise, or it has more people now because of detection, or because it just happens to be something that's happening to men?
I think the incidence has been relatively stable. The current guidelines and data suggest that 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed sometime with prostate cancer in their lifetime, which is exactly the same incident rate for women with breast cancer. We had a problem when the government tried to say that PSA screening wasn't useful. So in the early 2000s, we stopped PSA screening, and what we found 3 to 5 years later, that more men presented with advanced prostate cancer than before, and it was simply due to the lack of appropriate screening. So by doing PSA now in prostate MR, we can try to find prostate cancer when it's small and early, and then we can optimize the different treatment pathways specific for that patient.
Wonderful. And then, of course, we've discussed in the past the various options that a man would be able to have in order to remove the cancer. Just give me a brief overview of what their choices would be if they were diagnosed.
Well, certainly. Unlike breast cancer, if a man is diagnosed with low-grade prostate cancer, and we define that using something called the Gleason score, that describes the aggressiveness of the tumor. So the lowest grade is a Gleason score 6. If it's small volume and Gleason score 6 or grade group 1, we treat those with just watchful waiting or active surveillance, which is a little different than women with early stage breast cancer. Then as men's tumor aggressiveness increases on the scale from 6 to 10, then they can have different treatment options. And that would include surgery with robotic prostatectomy. That would include radiation therapy with or without hormone modification. And now we're able to offer focal therapy for select men with what we're doing at RadNet, a program called Tulsa Pro, which involves heating the gland with high intensity ultrasound beams while monitoring that heat with real-time MR guidance. And the patients are asleep under anesthesia. So it's an outpatient, incision-free, same-day treatment with excellent outcomes for oncological control.
Oh, it's excellent. I know we've talked about that before, and you guys are really making some wonderful headway with that. Well, I understand that September is Men's Health, so prostate is right up there with Men's Health. So in closing, what are some things you'd like to tell men to do during the month of September?
Well, we want them to learn how to fight like women, that they need to empower themselves and to take charge and to request PSA screening. They shouldn't be afraid of the treatment. We've really improved the diagnosis and treatment with individualized precision guidelines, and we can frequently avoid the dreaded side effects that most men are concerned about. So there's really no reason that someone should die of prostate cancer if they avail themselves of the screening guidelines. So ask your doctor or get more information by going to prostate.radnet.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you as always. I appreciate the information.
Thank you for letting us get this important news out to men.
You got it. And we'll be right back after this. If you're just joining us, I just wanted to recap the recall election that's happening right here in the state of California. And just wanted to remind you that the deadline is September 14th, 8 p.m., and you can drop your ballot off at a variety of different drop boxes that are located here in our area. One is just outside the South County Adult Day Services, and that's on El Toro Road. And then from September 11th through September 14th, you can vote in person, and that's at the Laguna Woods City Hall. However, if you would like additional information, you can always go to ocvote.com, and all of that information is right there for you to take a look. All right, well, we're finding out that gift cards are becoming a big scam, and phone calls are being made with like robo dialing, and they dial you looking for you to pay in ways of a gift card. So you want to be really careful with that. And if you ever get a phone call of someone you don't know asking for you to pay through a gift card, you want to contact the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraud.ftc.gov, even if you haven't paid them anything, because we want you to report that for sure. All right, let's take a look at our weather one last time before we head out. It is still overcast this morning with some clouds, so we are looking at partly cloudy skies today, 80-62. 83-64 tomorrow, and then all of a sudden we take a big jump on Saturday, 88-66, Sunday 89-69, and Monday 84-71. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow, which is Friday, 9 a.m. right here on Village Television. Have a great day in the Village. Bye-bye.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I'd like to welcome you to Loberg Dental Center. We've kept everyone safe in our office and continue to do so. All of our safety measures include enough social distancing, masks, protective gear, and sterilization before and after every patient is seen in our operatory. Here at Loberg Dental Center, we've kept everything safe for your comfort. So call today, don't delay, and schedule your appointment, and we will take great care of you in the safety and comfort of our office.
Silver
and gold. Consider it sold.
The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest will buy your gold, diamonds, fine watches, coins, and sterling serviceware, regardless of condition. With metals at an all-time high, now is the time to sell. Visit us in person or shop online from the comfort of home.
Silver and gold. Consider it sold.
At the Jewelry Box, it's about trust.
California Living meets expert memory care at Sarasol. Our community is designed to help those with Alzheimer's or dementia live truly inspired lives. From caring staff who knows your loved one's favorite activities to comfortable routines that spark positive memories, we bring a touch of warmth into everything we do. Memory care is a big decision, and we're here to help every step of the way. See what makes Sarasol unique. Learn more today at sarasol.com.